hit it back. It's 6 blocks. Oh gosh. All right, can you guys hear me? What? Nope, I can't hear you. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, I guess I need to get out of this. Trey Jones sold my parlay. Yeah. He sold mines too. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna front. He sold mines too. I hear. Okay, cool. Yeah, he sold mines too. Why is the camera like that? You guys can see all the cords. Look at all those cords behind the PC. My God. There we go. Much better. Beautiful. You guys like my hat? I like this hat. It's a dope hat. In my opinion. My humble opinion. I think it's a dope hat. All right, guys. Let's talk about this game. I don't want to be on long. And the reason I don't is because I gotta play some Helldivers. I'm sorry. I'm addicted to that game. Hold on. Let me go to Spurs real quick. That's bright. Cherry blossoms, yeah. How should we do this? Because I'm sure there's a few things to talk about. The 6-man, my God. Jeez. That's not basketball related whatsoever. What are you doing? What are you doing? We got a few things to go over, so let's see. I don't know who these people are. Oh wait, it's William Lou. Oh, I thought it said Lou Williams. That's why I saved that. Okay, so we don't need to talk about that. Don't need to talk about that yet. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go over 3 things. All right, first and foremost, we'll go over, well, when do the Spurs play again? That's a good question. We play on Tuesday. Let's see. Been working out, fam. Give us a flex. I'm not giving you a flex, but yes, I have been. I wanna look like, I wanna get to the point where I'm like Killmonger, okay? I wanna be Killmonger. All right. Let's see. Oh, we got the Rockets on, is that Tuesday? Okay. Perfect then. So yeah, so we'll go over these 2 things and we'll also go over the game. That's what we'll do. I think that'll be good. I don't know if I care to go over a press conference. The only way I would go over a press conference is if we go over Popovich, to be honest, because Popovich was very animated in this game, like really animated in this game. So that's the only way I would do it. Coach Pop, get out. What? Yes, press conference, please. Okay. Okay, maybe we'll. Let's see. If it's uploaded quick enough, let's see. There's one that's 3 hours ago. That was the preview. All right, if Popovich has one while we're live streaming, then we'll do that. And we'll replace one of the other things. Man, how you guys feeling? Clan, hold up 3 fingers if you are kidnapped. He has most blocks and like 12th in steals. Poor Sohan. I'm so confused. Wait, what happened? Did something actually happen with Sohan? Pop got really upset, but I don't know if the entire team didn't understand what he was communicating. I don't know. It worked out, but I love his intensity. That's another thing. Okay. All right. We gotta talk about this. Okay. let me bring up this game. I'm gonna rant a little bit. All right, guys, this game was phenomenal. Okay, it was absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, this game was incredible. I guess my only question is, all right, I do have a question. Have the Spurs won back-to-back games this season? Is this the first time? I feel like this might be the first time. Everyone did well tonight. I mean, that's been the theme the last few games. What? But have we won back-to-back games? Okay, we did. Trailblazers and Timberwolves. Yes? Okay. Oh, Suns too. You're right. It was the Suns. And then we did with the Pistons and Hornets. Okay, so have we won 3 games in a row? We have not. We have not won 3 games in a row, which is absolutely insane thinking about the San Antonio Spurs of all teams. So one thing that I did to prep for this game, and I rarely ever do this, okay? But I went back. I went back to when we played the Pacers November 6th, and I knew it would be a different game, especially since they have Siakam and all that. And even our lineup was terrible, like when we were having Zach Collins starting around this time. Yeah, Sohan was point guard for at least 20 games. So it was dreadful. But I was looking at Wemby, and I have to say, Wemby has grown so much in this one season. I mean, so much. We're at the point now where undoubtedly he's rookie of the year. Okay, I don't think anybody should question that. But then the question could be, should he also get defensive player of the year? And I really think that that's a true possibility. I know that right now Gobert is head honcho in that respect, but I don't see why he wouldn't get defensive player of the year. The only thing I could think of is just the fact that it is based on your team performance as well. But man, oh man, individually, there's no reason why when the Spurs are a better defensive team, Wemby shouldn't win it every single year. It's been kind of crazy. Miles Turner was highly physical with Wemby in his first matchup. Wemby's just gotten so much better. I don't have this clip, okay? And I do not want to spend time trying to search for it because I don't know. But Manu Ginobili was actually showing Wemby some moves. And you could see Wemby pulling him out in this game in particular. But yeah, no, you're right. He's fully dominating. He's aggressive. He's not taking like dumb shots, which rookies normally do, and he has done that. He's allowing the game to come to him, and he is just finishing so strong. Him, Devin Vassell, and Sohan all finished exceptionally strong in this showing. It was really impressive, all 3 of them. It was just some huge plays, and it just you can see the skeleton of a really good team. No? Can't we see it? Like, you can see it. It's there. Like, a really good team is there underneath the surface. It's just a matter of getting more talent. Been saying this since the beginning of the season, man. Everybody was so quick to say this player should be traded. This player should be traded. No. Vassell and Sohan should be staples. If there's the right type of deal, sure, trade them away, do it. But I don't think it will be on the table. These 2 should be on this squad. They fit with Wemby. No, undoubtedly, they fit with Wemby. They should be there. I love Sohan's attitude. He brings that nastiness. He doesn't care what anyone thinks. He's fearless. I know that's one thing that was kind of running theme last season. Like, Pop kept talking about like how fearless he is. Like, he is so fearless. He doesn't care about anything. He will do whatever he needs to do to win. And you see it. And games like this, people can finally see it. I know that this has been a crappy season, so much losing, not fun to watch, to lose. It's been fun to watch, but it's not fun to lose. But I'll say this, man, the Spurs are looking better and better and better. And most importantly, the guys that you want to improve, you want to take those next steps, have taken them. Wemby, Sohan, and Vassell have all 3 took huge steps. All 3 of them. People will talk trash, say, no, Sohan hasn't. But I'll tell you this, Sohan's passing ability has been there. It has definitely been there. It's gotten better since the beginning of the season, and he's improved that. But not only that, I think that his shooting has gotten better. I don't just think that. I mean, statistically, his shooting has gotten better. 3-point shooting, outside shooting. and he's just making really good reads offensively. The same thing with Vassell. I thought that the only issue I ever had with him is he's not aggressive enough, but now he's picking and choosing when to be aggressive, when to take over, and it's a beautiful sight to see. He's the type of player, and Sochan's the type of player, let's be real, and this is kind of partly the reason the Spurs drafted them, is they're players that can kind of fit with any system, right? And you can see them fitting very well with Wemby. You just love to see it. And our entire, honestly, if you go back and you just look at the top players or top rebounders, top points, top assists during this season, you're gonna see Wemby, Sochan, and Vassell name pop up quite often. Mostly Wemby and Vassell, let's be honest, but it does pop up quite often, right? Like, if you just look through, you just skim through. Now, Wemby's here all over the place, all right? Let's not even pretend. Wemby's here all over the place. Jones is here quite often when it comes to assists. But every now and then you see Sochan and Vassell mixture over and over. It's just a nice sight to see, man. This is really nice. Sochan, the MJ McConnell stopper. I feel like in this game in particular, the San Antonio Spurs kind of they didn't want Halliburton to beat them. They didn't necessarily want Miles Turner to beat them. And I think that's where their main focus was on. And yeah, he went off in the process. TJ McConnell went off in the process. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You know, it worked. So all right, okay. So guys, before we get into this, okay, before we get into this game and we start looking at player after player after player, big shout out to today's sponsor and sponsor of this channel and this live stream and this channel for the majority of the season, BetUS. Please, if you want to sign up for BetUS, just use my link below. You will receive 125% bonus. What does that mean? You put in $100, you get 125. That's $225 to play with, but up to $2,500 for your first 3 deposits. So you would get 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,500. Once again, link in my description. Use promo code JOIN125 as well. Good stuff, great stuff, actually. So you support the sponsors, you support the channel, and yeah. So just going through once again, I don't think that we'll be on this list, but it's always interesting nonetheless. Okay, well, we can do Rookie of the Year. I was going to do NBA Champion. Let's be real, we're not on here, are we? Okay, wait a minute. Those are divisions. Just take my word for it. The San Antonio Spurs aren't on the list. They're not on the list. Okay, we don't have to look at this. They're not on the list. They took us off a long time ago. But Rookie of the Year, let's see what the odds look like. Woo! I think everyone agrees Wemby is going to win Rookie of the Year. Odds are pretty ridiculous. But anyway, link in my description. Go check out BetUS. So many different parlays and sports books and all that good stuff. Race for say, dude, I literally was talking about that. I was like, we gotta unretire Race for Sace, like immediately. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this game. Let's see, where the heck is this game? Am I tripping? Where's the game? Where's the game, guys? Here it is. It's loading. For some reason, it took forever. All right, so yeah, so TJ McConnell, he went off, but once again, I don't think that was the Spurs' main focus in this game. All right, I'll just be honest. I don't think that was the focus. So we'll just go player by player. There's really not a lot to comment on. I want to go through every player, and then I want to talk about Popovich, okay? Because I think we need to talk about Pop. So Jeremy Sochan, first and foremost, you got 12 points, 4 assists, 8 rebounds, and a block. Now, keep in mind, I say this all the time. I've been very adamant about this. I do not care about the points that Sochan puts up. I will never care about it. That's not his biggest strength. That's not what type of player he is. Oh, thank you, Steven, for the super chat. But that's not. He just said, "Go Spurs, go." By the way, but there's There's nothing I care about more than Sohan in the assist column, rebound column, and just him being an overall connector and defender. That's all I really care about. But the most important thing about Sohan when you talk about offense actually showed up in this game, and this is what I was talking about, is that you just need him to be able to hit his shots when you need them. You know, if it's at the end of the game and all game long, Wemby has been giving the team heat, Vassell has been giving the team heat, and you know, the opposing team is focused in on Wemby. We can't let Wemby score. That's when Sohan will really shine, because if he can hit his 12 points, it's not just only 12 points, because they were very big points at the end, and that's all you can ask for with Sohan. Like, that's all you can ask for. I don't care. Like, people that want to call him trash and say he's garbage because he had this type of scoring game, I will never care. I'll be real with you. It's not that. Now, if we're talking Vassell, if we're talking Wemby, and they have really poor shooting performances, we can criticize that a little bit. But at least with those two, you can sit back and say defensively, just like Sohan, but you can say defensively there's a reason for them to be on the court. But yeah, you expect more points out of Wemby. You should expect more points out of Devin Vassell. Those are the type of players they are. And shoot, even Malachi, honestly, like that is Malachi. So anyways, moving on. So Sohan did phenomenal. Wemby did, God, it's blown away, dude. Blown away. 12 rebounds. I mean, what do you do, bro? Like, seriously, if you're the other team, I don't even know what you do. I don't know how you guard him. I have no idea what you're supposed to do. He just affects so much on the court. It's unfair, dude. 31 points, 12 rebounds, 6 He's a rookie, man. He's not only a rookie. Like, I hate these comparisons to Duncan, because I know Duncan was a monster, right? His rookie year, he was a monster. But you can't even compare him to Duncan. Duncan is phenomenal, okay? He's great. But I'm saying this right now, Wemby is going to be better than Duncan. I think he's going to be better than Duncan. I think he's going to be better than LeBron. I think he's going to be better, possibly, MJ. Like, I think he's that's how high I am on Wemby at this point. This is not normal. And it's not just the fact that, oh, he's 7'5" and he's getting, yeah, of course he should get blocks. No, dude, like, the blocks that he's getting is stuff you never seen before. Teams literally think that they're wide open, and he contorts his body in a way. He's so flexible, and his hand-eye coordination is so superb that he's getting blocks where it's like it's eyes at the back of his head. He's getting backwards blocks. I don't know how you stopped it. It's literally a 2K player. It's like an unnatural movement when he gets blocks. It's incredible. It's incredible. I seriously think he's going to end up being the greatest player ever. He's so young. He just turned 20 and he's doing this. It's incredible. And I try to sit back and say, okay, is it my bias speaking? Like, obviously I'm a Spurs fan. Obviously we're going to talk about him. Obviously I'm excited about him. But no, dude, like, I'm just blown away. It's getting to the point where I'm numb to it. And when you start to get numb to it, this usually takes time, by the way, but I'm starting to get numb to his stat lines. But that usually takes time, and usually it's like a veteran or like, but at this point it's like, yeah, of course Wemby got 31 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, and 6 blocks. Of course, so, like, obviously, right? Like, yeah, obviously he got 6 blocks. That's crazy, dude. I hope his arm okay. He's all right. Don't worry about it. Spurs better not see him. They need to play this next game. All right, we need 3 wins in a row. Not only were these games great because they're W's, but they were also great because it was against 2 good teams. So yeah, Prime Wemby going to be dominant like Wilt or Shaq. If this is the best Wemby ever gets and it stops right now, he's still a phenomenal asset. These are superstar stat lines. This is a superstar stat line. This isn't the type of let me tell you, this is not the type of stat line that like a role player or like just anybody can get. And this is a continuous theme with him. Like 5 blocks is not. He's gotten 5 blocks like the last 5 games. Actually, you know what? Wembanyama stats. Let's go look at it. Hurry up, ESPN. Good God. All right, let's go to game log. All right, let's see how often he got. Yeah, look at this. This is not normal, y'all. So we'll just do the month of February. 3 blocks, 2 blocks, a block, 3 blocks, a block, 10 blocks, 3 blocks, 5 blocks, 5 blocks, 5 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks, 6 blocks. Against NBA talent. This is the person that everyone said, well, we need to hold off our excitement just a little bit, you know, because he's so skinny. He's going to get his welcome to the NBA moment. I have yet to see his NBA. He has, hold on. Okay. Never mind. I was about to, okay. He only has 2 games in which he doesn't have a block. And one of those games is early in the season, like one of his first 10 games. And the other time he didn't get a block, he had a triple double. He's crazy. This is insane. Defensive player of the year, he's 12th in league in steals. Unreal. And he's number 1 in block. Like, and isn't he like, and in stocks, he's like way above. I believe he had a total of 71 stocks in the month of February. Second behind him was AD with 43. What is that? Wemby is a video game. He is a video game. Like I said, a lot of his blocks look like video game motions, man, where it's like, oh, I just hit triangle. I just hit Y. Like, I got that block because I hit Y at the right time. Not because I was in the right position, but because I hit Y at the right time. Like, it's crazy. It's unfair. Man, he's going to get strength, and he hasn't even grown into his... It's going to be... Oh, my goodness. It's going to be a massacre. But yeah, anyways, but that's Wemby. Wemby did a great job, as always, but I'm starting to become numb. I really do believe he's going to be the greatest ever. I'm very convinced of that. And it's not like I've never said this before, okay? I've never said this before. Everyone knows, obviously, I'm a Spurs fan. It's in my name, whatever. But I've never said this about any Spurs fan ever. I never said it. I was the biggest Manu Ginobili fan in the world. Never once said, oh, he'll surpass MJ. Never once said that. Clarence, clearly an Xbox player. Y for jump. I said triangle or Y. I was trying to be inclusive. I'm a PlayStation player. All right, moving on. Trey Jones. Yeah, he didn't. The funny thing is, Trey Jones actually didn't have a bad game. He made good reads. He made good passes. He didn't have a bad game. It was just a quiet game for him. You know, he didn't get many opportunities to score, but he earned his minutes. Like, he should have been out there. Devin Vassell, shooting wise, wasn't the best, but one thing I love about Devin is he continuously puts pressure on the opposing team. Like, he was doing that all game long. They knew to key in on him, right? They knew to key in on him. And yet and still, he had 5 assists, and he hit some really big shots in the fourth quarter. So, well, I said shots, or was it just one shot, guys? Hold on. This is why you can't just go off of the eye test. Let's see. Maybe it was just one shot he hit at the end. Let's see. Sohan dunk, Sohan tip shot, Sohan layup. That's what I'm talking about. Just when you need them. That's all you need. When you need them, can you come alive? And he can. Let's see. Okay, it was 5 minutes. But that was a huge shot, though. Because Miles Turner had just got the game within 1. This is one of those games that just a couple months ago, Spurs lose it. Maybe just a month ago, Spurs lose it. Spurs lose this game. Undoubtedly, they lose it. And when the Pacers come back, it's over. But that is not what happened. I feel like our key guys, Victor, Sohan, and Vassell, are learning how to win. And at the end, they are coming alive. They're protecting our win. Because this is old Spurs stuff, you know? Like, yeah, a team might come back, but you're going to hold that lead. It's going to be really tough for you to beat us. It just looked really nice. Both ends of the court, I thought those 3 were sensational. Anyways, all right, let's see. Crap. Box score? All right, cool. Thanks for subscribing, Benny Frank. We fought back tonight. Exactly. What? Don't forget Keldon. We're getting to Keldon. Calm down. All right. So Devin Vassell, I was happy with him. Malachi Branham did his thing. Malachi actually, honestly, guys, this starting lineup was kind of nice. Honestly, I can't front. Can someone tell me where Champagny was? Because I was not 100% sure where he was. Did something happen? What happened with Champagny? Does anyone know? Injured? Out with his ankle? When? Oh, from last game? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I remember he got hurt last game. I didn't know because he came back in. He's a tough dude, man. He is a tough dude. But anyways, I thought this starting lineup was well. Malachi made a few not rookie mistakes, some young player mistakes in there. You know, it is what it is. But 18 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 7 for 13. That's all you can ask for right there. Man, he had one where he put the work on. Was it Miles Turner? He put the work on? Woo! Malachi looks dangerous off the pick and roll. No, Malachi, that is his bread and butter. That was his bread and butter in college. That's the type of player he is. Overall, he did well though. He did pretty well. You know, not a starting lineup that can survive or anything like that. When you know you're on the road and you got tough competition, you're trying to win. You're not going to survive with this lineup. But he definitely earned his minutes. He did well. I was happy with it. He was super efficient. But moving on, Zach Collins did a good job. Nothing to really say about him. He did okay. You know, you guys know I've been kind of on the fence as far as like if the Spurs were to try to move him later on, because they can move him later on. That's fine. You know, especially since we didn't talk about this, but Don Barlow finally got his NBA contract, which we kind of predicted. So I just wonder where does Dom kind of fit in there, but he's super young, whatever. Zach did fine. Moving on. Osman, same thing. I always say, he moves well without the ball. If he was on the 2014 team, Spurs fans would love him. Unfortunately, that's not that. His defense is still awful, but he did okay. He did all right. I do enjoy how active he is. Every time he's on the court, I never feel like he's like not giving it his all, or he's there. He's present. It's just talent wise, athleticism wise, you know, he's a little behind sometimes, but he's there. He's engaged. So I do appreciate Osman in that respect. I think he's a good veteran to have on a team. It's just, you know, not really much you're going to get out of him right now. Moving on. Keldon Johnson did really well this game. I was very proud of Keldon. This was one of those games, like I always say, if Keldon can just kind of more so play his role and don't try to force the issue, he's such a better player. He is such a better player. Even if he just has his back to the basket and he just goes that route, he's a better player if he likes to post up. It just gets irritating when you have Wemby, you know, open or streaking, or you have Devin Vassell wide open and he just goes straight into their chest. I hate it. I hate it. It hurt Clan to say that. No, it doesn't hurt me to say it. I'm cool with that. I'm happy that Keldon had a good game. Keldon had a good game. He did a good job of playing his role, and when he does that, good things happen. I thought he made really good reads. I thought that he didn't force the issue. They got him on quite a few fouls. You kind of expect that though, with Keldon, but it was a couple of them where I was like, okay, guys, come on. Like on one end, you're not calling anything for us, which is fine, but you got to do it on the other end too. And I feel like Keldon had a couple fouls in there where it was like, okay, this kind of, come on, this knick-knack fouls. I know that this is kind of like, this might sound kind of dumb, but I do wish that Sohan and Wemby would advocate for themselves a little bit more. Like, one thing I've noticed with those two, and this is why I think they gel so well together. Okay, they gel very well together, but they do not complain about calls at all, like ever. They never complain about it, and I'm cool with that. I like that. All right, we We talk about this all the time, how every time we go against LeBron, it's like, oh my God, he's crying. Oh my God, he's crying about everything. It doesn't matter what it is. So I don't like that. I don't want to be on that end of the spectrum. And then you go back to the days of Kawhi Leonard. You go back to the days of Duncan, and those are nice too. They don't really complain. They didn't complain like that. But some of these, man, I kind of wish they would talk to the refs a little more. There was one in particular with Sohan where he didn't even touch Mathurin, like at all. He didn't even touch him. And they called the foul and he just, okay, whatever. You know, and I was like, dang, dude, like you probably need to advocate for yourself a little bit more. I guess that's Popovich's job at this point, you know. I do like the mentality. It's like just play through it, play tough. That's fine. And we know Keldon, he gets like really hyped with the refs, but I don't know. Sometimes I just kind of wish that they were a little bit more, because some of the calls are so BS that I think you do need to, don't just yell and go crazy, get a tech or nothing, but just like talk to them. I don't know, no contact on that play. It was like no contact, but from how Sohan reacted, you would have thought that like it was a clear foul, but it wasn't. I don't know. Mathurin gets a heap of ref loves. All it takes is a bump, which he initiates. It's a bit crappy. It's because he's so strong, and like his game is predicated off of physicality, and I don't know. But anyways, that's really neat. It's not like I'm like really upset about it. It's just sometimes I wish Sohan and Wemby would just be like, hey ref, you know, like what was that? They don't do it though, because they're chill like that. All right, anyways. And last but not least, Blake Wesley, he did a good job as well. 3 for 3. I thought he was going to have a even better night than that, honestly. I thought he was going to end up going off. But he played the right way. Defensively, he did well. I'm convinced more and more that in this upcoming draft, you don't have to get a point guard. Like, roll with Blake again. You see what another offseason does for him. Roll with Trey Jones again, and let's just see how things go. In 2025, that's when you can start making decisions on what you need to do. But right now, I think Spurs can go ahead and do, honestly, the thing that I think is most important, which people don't agree with this, but or some people agree, but I think most importantly, you need to get another defensive wing, some type of small forward that can score and defend. I love Montes Buzelis. That's who I want. But there's other guys as well in this draft that you can go after. Yeah, draft best available. I would say best available for your need, maybe. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to be that guy, right? But I feel like we're kind of... We already been doing best available. I feel like at this point we need like if the best player available is a point guard, I don't know if I could do that. But then again, guys, everybody in this draft are so close in talent level till it doesn't really matter that much, to be honest. Best available is extraordinarily subjective, I think, in this draft. Everybody's super close to each other, especially in the lottery. Like the talent gaps are not that wide. I would still take Topic. I do not like Topic, guys. I do not like Topic. I'll maybe my opinions will change in the later months, but right now I am not bought on Topic at all. I don't really see what people see in him. It's not much versatility, I think, in his game. I don't know. I mean, I saw some people call him like a mini Luka, and I'm like, where do you see that? I don't see it at all. You feel the same about Topic? Yeah, it's just, I don't know. He's great with his left hand. He's great driving left. Like he's great in the pick and rolls. That's cool, but like I just don't really see it. Yeah, Buzelis is my guy. But we'll keep looking. We ain't got to that point yet. When the season's over, we'll be looking into all these draft picks, right? But yeah. Need another small forward with a veteran point guard that can orchestrate the offense while feeding Wemby. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The point guard thing, I think that can wait, though. I think that can wait. Yeah, so what I wanted to say was, the last thing I wanted to say about this game was Popovich. So Popovich was great in this game. I mean, he was great. I got so frustrated. Okay, I got so frustrated throughout the season because there were so many people talking about Popovich in the light of, oh my God, Popovich isn't coaching anymore. He's too soft on these guys. He doesn't get onto them. And you said this over and over, that it's not the fact that Popovich is soft on anybody or he's not coaching anymore. It was really just the fact that they're not really at that step yet. There's no point in yelling. It's like teaching someone how to drive, right? Like if you're teaching someone how to drive, what's the point of just getting onto them for every like small thing they make a mistake on? They're not at that point yet. Once their skill is at the point where they can drive down the street at 40 miles per hour and not freak out, then you can start critiquing a little bit more. But for some reason, people just had this idea that Popovich just needs to yell at everybody. Yelling doesn't always give you the results you want. Popovich now is at the point where he can really get onto guys and drive it home. But at the same time, yeah, he's done it constructively. He's done it when it really matters. And now it's like, okay, the team has kind of figured each other out a little bit more. They got the basic fundamentals down of the offense. Now you can see him getting on to guys. It's like, we're capable of winning. I'm going to get on to you. But it's like people have this fantasy about Popovich where it's like, well, he used to just yell at everybody. It's like, well, I mean, he would get onto his team, sure. I mean, but it depends on what was going on. But that team was very established. They knew how to win. And it depending on the personality of his personnel, he's going to approach it a certain way. Some guys can take it, some guys probably can't. He's going to approach it a certain way. Malachi, I said this over and over again, I feel like he'll get the Danny Green treatment. He just will. If we look back at him in middle school and high school and his interviews, he's always kind of needed a guy to put a foot in his butt, right? Like he's always needed that. So I don't know. I think it's fine. What happened? Oh my God. See what I'm saying? Yeah, Skip Payless says Pop can't coach anymore. It's nonsense. I don't watch, by the way, I don't watch any of that anymore. I don't watch First Take. I don't watch Undisputed. I've realized that all of it's just a bunch of nonsense. I used to think like in middle school and high school, like, oh, they have all this insider information, which oftentimes they do. I mean, let's be honest. But they do not break down anything. Everything is just narrativized. Like, this is what's going on in this player's head. I hate it so much. The way they drive narratives is gross. The amount of power that they have behind awards is gross. The fact that Shannon Sharp. Oh my God. Stephen A. Smith can say Jason Tatum should be an MVP and now his odds are higher at MVP. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. There's no world where Tatum is MVP this year. None. There's no world, no reality, okay? We can go to the multiverse and go from world to world, planet to planet, reality to reality, and none of them have Tatum winning rookie of the or MVP, sorry. None of them. So I hate that type of stuff. But anyways, this game was great. Everybody gets on to Popovich. You don't know what you're talking about. Popovich has been great. And yeah, he's the perfect coach for this group of guys. And often, I'll be real with you, a lot of times when I watch the Spurs play, they're much better than they should be. That's real. They're much better than they should be. So, yeah, hopefully we get another win soon. That'd be nice. They want an American MVP so bad that it's just gross. That's what I'm saying. That's gross. That's gross. Who cares? Who cares, man? I want the best player alive to get MVP, or the best player this season to get MVP. Like, who cares where they're from? That's so irritating. It's so irritating. It's the same thing with like when people were trying to what was it? Yeah, it was the Filipino fan base was like so angry at this channel because I said Kai Soto sucks. I was like, yeah, Kai Soto's kind of trash, and they got so angry. It's like, okay, let's act like there's no other Filipino players in the league. Who? Exactly. Exactly. Hey, see? I'm a Filipino. Kai Soto sucks. He does! Anybody that says otherwise is, like, fooling themselves. Soto's doing well in China, but he was never physically gifted enough for the NBA. Easily, yeah. I'm not Filipino, and Kai Soto sucks. Yeah, he's terrible, dude. All right, let's see. And by the way, I could have got a lot of views by trying to cover Kai Soto. Because every time I did, it was like so many people like wanting to hear something about Kai Soto. But I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. He kind of sucks, guys. I tried to look into him. Yeah, I don't see how you can be into Kai Soto. I think that would be more so just because people come over to the channel that you will be into Kai Soto. Kai Soto is really bad. He's not a good player. He is not a good player. My second cousin, Filipino, he says he's not a good player. All right, let's see. All right, guys, let's go to nothing's up yet. Okay. Nothing's up yet, but no press conferences are up. But there's something I want to look at. Are you based out of San Antonio? No. All right, let's see here. All right. Okay. All right. DeMar DeRozan tells us what Popovich said when he first got to San Antonio. Big shout out to Matt Lerma for posting this. I did not watch any of this, by the way. I just saw it, instantly liked it, so we could go over it. Like I have no idea what he said to him. Okay, I have absolutely no idea. All right. But before we get into that, if you guys want to support the channel, as always, BetUS. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video and this live stream. Just use the link in my description and you'll receive 125% bonus up to $2,500. You can do 3 deposits. Your first 3 deposits, you will get 125% bonus up to $2,500. So what does that mean? You put in 100, that's 125 extra. You get $225 to play with. So just go check it out. Really great stuff. And yeah, go to the basketball section because that's really what we talk about. But you can also use promo code 125 or join 125 and you will also get that deal. But use the link in my description. Check it out at the very least and see how you feel about it. But yeah, really great stuff. Really great stuff. All right, let's go ahead and dive into this really quick. Thanks for subscribing, US Man fan. Why is it like that? I hate that it's like that. I really need it. Man, my stream's acting stupid. All right, let's see. What did DeMar DeRozan have to say about Greg Papa? Oh my goodness, let me put it in my headset because it's coming off something wrong. All right. You guys can't hear it. Try it again.
Obviously, DeMar, you got traded. Was it pressure going to the Spurs? And like when you left, were you like pissed? And then you got to the Spurs, it was pressure. How was all that?
I didn't talk to nobody. I left. I went to Anguilla for like 8 days. Everybody texting me.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I don't think this is okay. This is new, but I don't think this story is new. I feel like he said this before.
The shit made me hate Instagram. You know, the whole shit was just everywhere. So I just packed up and left just to get my own mind together, my own thoughts together. And the first person I talked to when I got back was Pop. First thing he told me, we didn't trade you, we traded for you. We want you. You know what I mean?
Oh, wait, guys, is this new? Or has he just told this story before? Is this new?
Take your time. He didn't put no extra pressure on me. So that there gave me a different outlook on like, fuck it, let me man up and take this next, you know what I mean? Let me deal with it. Let me deal with it face on because, you know, I can't keep running from this feeling. And I just got to it and I took off with it.
Okay, so I guess Aaliyah says it's new. All right, so he's told this story before. I've said this so many times, man. I hate I absolutely hate. And there's a special group of people, okay? I don't see it on this channel, and it's probably more so, it's rarely on this channel. It's probably more so because I'm so vocal with the, like, going against the ignorance of saying Popovich is a bad coach or he's terrible, he's trash. Like, I'm very open about that. And I call it out so often till good thing over on this channel, we haven't really cultivated like many people that just openly say Popovich is trash or he's gone. Like, that doesn't happen. And if it does, like, we knock that down real quick. But Popovich is the perfect coach for the Spurs. If Popovich were to leave San Antonio right now, if he were to leave, I guarantee you there are going to be every single team in the NBA ready to fire their coach to get Greg Popovich. Easily. And not only that, when you think about, because this is what really matters, right? You can say what you want about Popovich's lineups. You can say what you want about how he coaches just in general. You can say whatever you want. But at the end of the day, our players love him. There hasn't been anybody in our franchise thus far, at least with this group, that has point the finger at each other. There's been, holding each other accountable, but it hasn't been, it's this person's fault, it's this person's fault, or any blow-ups. And when you lose the way that the Spurs have lost, that is huge to have a locker room that's still cohesive, that they're still together. That is not necessarily normal. You can see even teams like Detroit Pistons, they lost so many games, they just fall apart. You hear all these stories of just how the team's falling apart. And for us, I can tell, at least, the Spurs try to keep things on the wraps, but you can kind of tell when there's some issues in the locker room. When the Kawhi Leonard situation happened, yeah, they were trying their best to be as professional as possible, but it was pretty obvious, right? Like, you could read between the lines when Manu spoke, or when Tony spoke, or when Popovich spoke. You knew it was some issues going on. Same thing when DeJounte was here, right? Like, he did a lot of cryptic stuff, cryptic messages here and there. But that was kind of, he was weird about that. And he's still weird about it, even Atlanta. So there's nothing the Spurs could do there. But just overall, I just feel like this team is so cohesive. And the most important thing is that the players want to be coached by Popovich. Fans are so quick to say, Wemby's tired of the Spurs. Oh, he wants gone. He wants out. He is tired of what Popovich is doing, and completely ignoring the fact that the Spurs were the team he wanted to go to. Why were the Spurs the team he wanted to go to begin with? The reason why he wanted to go to the Spurs was because he was going to be coached by Popovich. He's been very open about that. He was going to be coached by the best, one of the best coaches ever, probably the best coach ever, and the best coach available in this draft. Like, he knew what environment he was going into, and he felt like, I can really become the best version of myself. And the one thing that's great too is Popovich already has that legacy. The thing is, he has nothing to prove to anybody. So when he gets a player, there's a expectation already. It's not like how it was in the 90s or early 2000s where he's still proving himself and people are still scratching their heads and wondering like, how is Pop? Like, no, these players that go to San Antonio, there's something to already expect. You don't necessarily have to have a Tim Duncan there getting yelled at and everyone else follows suit. Everyone that comes to San Antonio knows what's up. And not only that, it's an type of environment. That's why Doug McDermott was so hype about trying to stay. Like, he was so adamant that I want to stay in San Antonio, basically begging for the Spurs to keep him, because he's been to other franchises and he knows that this is the best ran franchise in the NBA. Period. Like, I don't even know if it's close. Period. So I don't know. Just overall, I just get so irritated when people try to bring up Popovich is out of touch, Popovich is this, Popovich is that. It's like, no, dude, you have some personal gripe with Popovich. It's a lot of older fans too that they probably had a sour taste in their mouth from Popovich ever since like he made himself the head coach. They've probably been kind of irritated by that ever since and just haven't really been able to speak out about it because he's won so often. But now they're at the point where they're like, oh, well, we're losing. Popovich trash, fire him, get somebody else, new blood. And it's like, why? You can't really give a good reason to bring in anyone else, especially looking around the NBA. There's not one coach that I could point to and say, oh yeah, he is going to turn things around. No, not with this roster. No one could. And if Popovich can't, I don't think any coach could. And this is only a the funny thing, this is only a controversial opinion about Popovich if you're talking to a specific group of Spurs fans. A specific group of Spurs fans. Everyone else don't care. Everyone else in the league is like, Popovich is the GOAT. I wish we had Popovich. It's only a specific type of Spurs fan that gets upset. Slade says, yeah, 80% of Pop hate stems from his political stuff. Exactly. Or from political stuff. Exactly. It's stupid. It's silly. It's silly. And they get so upset about it. And it's like, okay, whatever. I mean, most of the stuff I've heard Pop just say is like, hey, our politicians let us down, which is true. Equality. That's good. Democracy is kind of cool. Yeah, it is, actually. Pop is an older man. Like, of course, he's going to be very outspoken. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Overall, I just think Popovich is great. As a coach. I will be very quick. If Popovich was falling off, if he wasn't that great of a coach, if he was trash or whatever, and the team was pointing fingers and it was just so much chaos, I would sit back and say, yeah, maybe we should move on from Pop, or, you know, don't fire Pop, but maybe Pop should retire but I don't feel that right now. Yeah, I just don't feel it right now. So that was my thoughts on that. Good stuff though from DeRozan. They don't give credit to Pop. Yeah, they always give credit to like Duncan. And it's like, that's so stupid. Phil Jackson doesn't have that problem. Like, people don't just give Jordan the credit with him. Well, I guess they kind of do. But they don't bash Phil Jackson in the process like they do. Let's see here. All right, so I didn't see this. So two things. Number one, this is no bueno. Okay, this isn't good. Scotty Barnes diagnosed with fractured hand. Not good. Not good whatsoever. PJ says Spurs pick may not convey. Pretty tough. We definitely need them winning. Let's just see what's going on with. And it's okay if they don't. It's okay. But why did I just type in Toronto? Why did I do that? Let's see. So they won their last game. No, they didn't. They won today. They lost their last game. I don't know, man. This is going to be tough. Pelicans going to be a tough one. Suns, tough one. Trailblazer. That'll be fine. This is going to be really tough. But if you don't know, guys, we do need them to win so their pick will convey. But it's very much so possible that Toronto Raptors could go into next season and it just carries over and we'll have another good 2025. We could very well get 3 2025 first round picks, like lottery picks, that is. I mean, so I don't know. That's not great. We want them to keep winning, but hey, we have no control over it. That's why your own picks are the most valuable at times. So it is what it is. But nonetheless, 2024, I think this should be the year of getting a wing. Oh no, Barnes is hurt. Yeah. All right, and then I wanted to look at this. So Kevin, shout out to you. He says, Clan Spurs fan, we know NBA would not allow it, but I love to hear it. All right, I have no idea what this is.
In my opinion, he should have been in the All-Star game.
Low key.
Top 5 selling jersey too.
That's what I'm saying. We need to throw him in the replacement. Somebody else get hurt. Shit.
Put big fella in the game,
you know what though?
Yeah, he should have been an All-Star for sure.
This might be the first rookie in my that I can remember that can win Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year.
Ooh.
That's never happened before, right? There's never been a rookie that won Defensive Player of the Year. And I think maybe that is partially because Let's see. I think that's partially because it is based on your team performance oftentimes. And unfortunately, you're always going to a bad team. No rookie has won Defensive Player of the Year. No teenager has either. Is Defensive Player of the Year team-based? Technically, no. I don't think it's like in the rule. It's like one of those unwritten rule things, right? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those unwritten rule things. Like it's like the best defensive team or one of the better defensive teams, and just so happen that like they have also one of the best defensive players in the NBA. It is something like that. Rudy Gobert owns it. I think it is team based. Is that like written? That's not like written in stone though, right? That's like kind of an unwritten rule. Yeah, gotta have both. But it's an unwritten rule, right? Right? Like just like how it was an unwritten rule that to win MVP, you need X amount of games that you played. Never actually said it, but it was always around the 60 game range that guys would win it anyway. Isn't that right? When will that win? Honestly, unsure. Yeah, I don't think it's like set in stone. It says defensive player, not team. Exactly. But I'm saying like that's like one of those unwritten rule things. You think Timmy would have defensive years if that was true? Would have defensive player of the years? Does Tim Duncan not have one defensive player of the year award? How did Timmy not get a defense? Who won defensive player of the year over Timmy? Nope, just defensive team awards. He doesn't. Wemby better be a defensive player or defensive team. But who won it over Timmy? Let's see. Defensive player of the year each year. Let's see. All right. So Duncan came in around, was it like 90? When was Duncan drafted? 97, guys? He was 97, right? You got Mutombo, Morning, Mutombo, Ben Wallace, Meta World Peace. In 2004, he earned it over Duncan. Okay, you had Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace has a lot of these things. Ben Wallace was great, man. Marcus Camby, sorry. Kevin Garnett. Even Kevin Garnett got one. And then they gave, and then at this point, it's like there's no way Duncan can get one, right? Like he's getting a little up there at this point. Dang it. I did not realize that. I thought he had at least one. To be fair, Timmy's era was full of defensive monsters. Yeah, that is true. Artest, Howard. Yeah, Ben Wallace was nasty. He was a whole nother monster. Okay. Let's see, we go further down. Jordan got one, right? Does Jordan have one? Michael Jordan don't have a defensive player of the year? Why did I think Jordan had a defensive? Oh, Jordan got one? Where is it? Was it in the... What year did he win it? I don't know why it only goes down to 83 on this list. Scroll down. When the heck did... 88? Oh, okay, I missed it. Okay. All right. Gosh, Duncan don't have one. You know, it's not like that. It's not like that bad. I mean, when we're talking about GOATs, I don't think people really take that into consideration. Like, people definitely say, like, Michael Jordan, great defender, whatnot. But, I don't know. Let's see. Who won it last? You got Jaren Jackson, Marcus Smart. See, yeah, at that point, because these aren't like the best. Jaren Jackson and Marcus Smart aren't the best defenders in the league at that time. Like, it's just their teams. Rudy Gobert, Giannis, Rudy Gobert. I just don't see why Wemby shouldn't win it this year. Oh, yeah, and Kawhi won it back-to-back. There's only a handful of players that have won MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. I think like 5. Oh, that won both? NBA players to win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. You got Michael Jordan, Olajuwon, David Robinson, Kevin Garnett, and Giannis. Wow. It's because the Spurs team defense sucks. I wish they would look at like what type of impact individually Wemby has. I mean, he's terrorizing teams. He's getting blocks after blocks after blocks each game. I hate it. I hate it. Okay. Well, nonetheless, I do agree. Did we stop the video? I think I stopped the video right in the middle. Hold on.
He's in the conversation.
He gotta be in the conversation.
He is.
He gotta be in the conversation. Ain't nobody talking about it. You get 10 blocks in the game,
Yes.
and you leading the league in blocks. You gotta be in the conversation.
Absolutely. And it's got to be a real
really.
conversation.
Like, no, seriously. Like,
Right,
you
real
get 10.
shit.
Who got 10 blocks in the game this year?
I think he might be the only one.
That's it.
Yeah, of course he's the only one. Who the heck who's getting blocks like him? I was trying to look up stocks. Nah, don't worry about it. I agree with you 100%, Clan, but we don't have the votes. Yeah, I just hate that he can't. Like, I don't know what he could do individually to get Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, he is the Defensive Player of the Year. He's arguably the best defender in the NBA right now. I don't know. I think he'll dominate it though. I mean, it looks like it's one of those awards, Defensive Player of the Year, where they'll allow one player to dominate it. At least that's what it seems like. Like, at least a span of time, they just completely dominate it. Like, you got Ben Wallace, Mutombo, he dominated. Olajuwon, well, Olajuwon won 2. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be one of those things where, like, he wins every year. He can't win with the criterias. What's the criteria? Oh, we can go here. Let's see. Oh, wait. Hold on. Criteria. 1, individual defense. The player's ability to defend their own man and prevent them from scoring. All right, he got that one. Check. Team defense. The player's ability to contribute to their team's overall defense, including communicating and teammates helping on defense and protecting the rim. Well, he should get that one too. Statistics. The player's defensive statistics, including blocks, steals, rebounds, and defensive win shares. Okay. Impact on team success. The player's impact on their team's overall success, including how the defensive play contributes to the team's ability to win games. That's tough. Overall defensive ability. The player's overall defensive ability, including their versatility, quickness, and ability to defend multiple positions. Well, he got that one. He got like 4 out of 5 of those. The winner of Defensive Player of the Year is typically a player who excels in all of these areas and makes a significant impact on their team's defense throughout the regular season. So yeah, it's one of those unwritten rules where it has to be the team. It's just dumb, dude, because Defensive Player of the Year is a team award. Yeah, it's just stupid though, because he's so good. It's like it's undoubted. Like every single night, he's like the best defensive player on the court. Like that's stupid. You can't hack a Shaq on him. He seems pretty clutch. He's just gonna be dominating, dude. It's gonna be not. I don't think we can comprehend how many championships the Spurs are gonna win with Wemby. Like seriously, we have a competent franchise We know exactly what we're doing. We have a competent coach, competent front office. I mean, we have so many draft picks coming up. They make really great moves. I mean, I guess I just said front office is great like 50 million times, but it's true. And then you have a guy in Wemby that he's just, not only is he clutch, but he approaches the game the right way. He loves basketball. He's not one of those like tall guys where some coach came up to him and said, you should probably play some basketball. You're pretty tall. No. He loves basketball. He watches so much film and he wants to be like Jordan. He literally has Kobe Bryant as his wallpaper on his phone. Like, he is a nasty human being, okay? He is not a nice guy. He's not. And if he can dominate the way that he dominates and he has the mentality like he has, I don't see how it's fair. He's going to win a lot of championships. We're going to win a lot of championships. It's going to be a lot of fun. I thought KD was his wallpaper. Okay, maybe he changed it. I don't know. Kobe was his wallpaper. Maybe he changes it every month or whatever. Hold on. That's not going to help me. Okay. Typing in the way I did is not helping me. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, hey, Clan the Spurs fan has a video on this, I think. All right, guys. Hey, Clan. Does he? Is it? I try to push my limits when I suck. Oh, wait. I think every day he disappears. Yeah, it was this article. Or was it another article? One of these articles, it showed that he had it. Let's see. It's not common to take care of a gifted individual. He's passionate. He's interesting in everything. Much like Kobe Bryant, who he is a big fan of. He always wants to understand why he does things. Thus, a different approach is needed. There are obvious things in his while trying to influence his own acting. Okay. But yeah, he definitely had Kobe on his wallpaper. Let's see. I don't see it, but it was in this article that we went over a while ago. I don't know. Clanception, exactly. Sohan is overrated in my opinion, too streaky, maybe. I'll be honest with you, I don't see how he could be overrated when everybody underrates him. Like, I don't know. I mean, he has one bad game and everyone says he's trash. And one thing that people like forget is he's literally Wemby's age. Like, I don't know. One thing that bothers me is how everyone is so quick to be like, how great Wemby, which Wemby is great, obviously, but like, Wemby's so great and he's only this age, right? Like, I say it, but he's only this age. But then no one does that for Sohan. Like, no one does that for Sohan. He can have a good game and no one really brings up his age. He have a bad game, no one brings up his age. It's frustrating. He's the same age as Wemby. Like, exact same age. I think he's like 6 months older. So frustrating. Yeah. But no, I think he's underrated, if anything. I don't think anyone really overrates him. Sohan getting no love, only hate. Most of the time, he just gets hate. Anyways, I am happy. I'm happy. Sohan is untouchable. I have changed my mind. I like him. I will never say that he's untouchable. Okay? Right? The right price, obviously, he's not. But he will be one of the last people I would trade on this team. Easily. Him, Sohan, Vassell, and Wemby are three where I think we should keep them together. I really think we should keep them together. He's an overstated passer, great defender though. His role has changed a little bit, but he's still a glue guy. He's no like Ben Simmons as far as passing ability or LeBron as far as passing ability, but he's a good connector. Sohan can guard 5 positions. He can guard 4 positions, on occasion 5. Yeah. It just depends on who he's guarding. If like the guard can't be too fast, he won't be able to keep up with him. Like he's not going to keep up with Ja Morant really. But I do agree with you. Like he's Blake Wesley did a good job on Ja though. Good role player, not an all-star caliber player. I never said that. Sohan is going to be an all-star the same way that freaking Draymond Green is an all-star. Never said he was an all-star. He'll be an all-star the same way Draymond Green is an all-star, right? Like you have him, he's got the right team, he'll be an all-star. But yeah, I never said he was an all-star player. I just said he's a good connector, really good defender, period. And he's going to fit in just fine, and he'll be a crucial part of winning games. But I don't think he's like a superstar or anything. Gregory said, respectively, Clan calls him a good connector, not an all-star. Yeah, I never said that. I've also been very adamant and honest about me having a bias towards players like Sohan, like those high basketball IQ, great defender type guy. I've always had a bias towards those type of guys. Like that's why I love Kyle Anderson. That's why I loved Manu. That's why I loved. I mean, don't get me wrong, Manu like really was a star, but like I love Kyle Anderson. I love Derek White. Like I love those type of guys, and Sohan is one of them. High defense or great defense, high basketball IQ. Yeah. Clan, you're too emotional sometimes. You have a big bias on some of your takes. It's all good though. I mean, I guess. I mean, I am a fan after all. I would wonder though what takes I have that like are purely off of emotion and they're just bad. I mean, I think the only thing people can really bring up is really Sohan, the Sohan stuff. But like, I do think he gets too much hate, and I do think he's a good player. I don't really see why people would say he's a bad player. Takes are fair for the most part. I feel like they are. I love Sohan's fearless attitude, even as far as trying to high five the opposing team. Yeah. What do you think about Perkins? You lost me right when you said Perkins. Saying the clock on the Spurs, Wemby, for the Spurs to build around. Dude, they've been saying this since like week 2. I don't know. I think it's silly. I think it's silly. Look, Wemby understands what's going on. Okay, he understands. It's no way that they didn't communicate to him what's going on, what their plans are, what they want to do. He's a generational talent. He's a superstar. They talk to him. There's everything that he says is almost a complete reflection of what we heard from Popovich. Like it's a mirror image of what Popovich has said. The whole team is speaking the same language. We even had our owner coming out saying exactly what the plan is, what the Spurs are trying to do. We've had our front office, our GM say exactly what the Spurs are trying to do. It's been shown in their actions as far as getting so many draft stock, so many draft picks in the future. There's no reason to sit back and be worried about, well, his timeline is this. And Perkins knows nothing about the Spurs. He doesn't talk to the Spurs. He's nowhere near the Spurs. He just talks. Perkins says anything. It's the same thing with Shaq. Shaq just says anything. Wemby's the same as Bobo, whatever. Like, I don't know. These people, I don't necessarily hold their opinions in high regard. They're entertainment, and that's what they are. Like, it's just dumb. But yeah, you don't have any real bad takes. It's just part of being a fan, and some of our takes are blinded by bias. It's all. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. And I'll definitely get hyperbolic. I'll definitely get a little crazy sometimes. But I try to be fair. Good stuff. All right, guys, I'm getting off. Yeah, I'm getting off because I got to go play Helldivers. I do. If you guys want to support the channel, as always, check out BetUS. You can do live bets. There's sports books. So many different sports as far as basketball, football, ice hockey. Shoot, you got martial arts, tennis, soccer, or some people will call it football. I don't know. Those people are kind of insane, but you got soccer, okay? So many different things you can bet on. Go check it out. You will receive 125% bonus, up to $2,500 for your first 3 deposits. Link in my description. Go check it out. You use my link, type in promo code JOIN125, and you will get 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. Great stuff, and it's really easy to use, man. At the very least, go check it out. You support the sponsors, you support the channel. So at the very least, click that link in my bio and see how you like it. But yeah, you play Helldivers? Oh yes, I play Helldivers. It's so good. Catch y'all on next episode of Clan Ball Z. Yeah, that'll be Tuesday. I'll see you guys on Tuesday night. All right, deuces. Bye. Thanks everybody for coming through. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the few super chats I got. That was nice. And yeah, like this video, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what I'm talking about. All right, stream ending. Stream is ending. Bye.